Welcome back to Nightmares in Onyx. It's good to see you again. Settle in by the fire and let the warmth chase away the chill of the night. For a little while, at least. Tonight, I have a story about a journey from absolute darkness into the light. It's about a soul who has only ever known silence, who risks everything for a single moment of human connection. But the truth one finds at the end of such a desperate journey is not always the one we hope for. Tonight's story is a modern adaptation I call The Uninvited. It's based on a classic tale of cosmic dread by H.P. Lovecraft. So, take a deep breath. Try to relax. The story is about to begin. I don't remember a time before the silence and the gray. My world wasn't a castle, it was a tomb. A fallout shelter from a war that time forgot, buried deep beneath the earth. The walls were weeping concrete. The air tasted of dust and ozone from the failing life support, and the only light was the eternal, sickly hum of emergency fixtures. I had no memory of human contact, no face to recall, no voice. My only company was the ghosts of the past. Dog-eared paperbacks with cracked spines, their stories of the world, the over, I called it, a fantastical myth. And there was the terminal, a single flickering green screen connected to some dead network, an archive of text files that taught me language, history, science, everything, except what it felt like to feel the sun, or to see another living soul. I never saw myself. The builders of this place, in their wisdom or their cruelty, had left no surfaces that could grant a reflection. I knew I had hands and limbs and a body, but the shape of my own face was a mystery to me. I imagined that it looked like the heroes in my books, strong and sad, but hopeful. The loneliness eventually grew into a physical ache, a pressure in my chest. I had to know. I had to reach the over. I found the shaft in a sealed-off maintenance corridor. A ladder of rusted iron rungs disappearing up into absolute blackness. The climb was my exodus. It took, I don't know, hours, days? Time is meaningless in the dark. My muscles screamed. Rusted metal flaked away under my grip. But the thought of the sun, of the trees, of other people, it was a fire in my gut. Finally, my hand hit something solid. A grate. With the last of my strength, I pushed. It gave way with a groan, and I spilled out onto soft, damp earth. I was out. I was free. The air was intoxicating. It was cool and smelled of pine and wet soil. Above me, a shattered moon hung in a sea of impossible glittering stars. It was more beautiful than any text file could ever describe. I laid there for a long time, just breathing, just being. Then I heard it. A sound, not the hum of the bunker, but a low rhythmic pulse. A beat. And with it, faint, distant shouts. Laughter. Life. I walked toward it, a moth drawn to a holy flame. Through a thicket of skeletal trees, I saw it. A building. A ruin, really, a dilapidated industrial complex. Its windows like vacant eyes. But light and that strange pounding music spilled from its open bay doors. A party. The books called them parties. A gathering of the living. My heart hammered against my ribs. This was it. The moment I had dreamed of for a lifetime. I would be silent and gentle. I wouldn't frighten them. I just wanted to see them, to be near them, to finally end the loneliness. I crept to the entrance and peered inside. The room was a cavern of flashing colored lights and writhing bodies. A cacophony they called music. It was chaotic, overwhelming, but it was alive. I took a single step into the light. And then the world ended. The music didn't just stop. It was strangled. The rhythmic pulse died. The laughter turned into a single, high-pitched scream that was then echoed by dozens more. A wave of panic radiated from me. People scrambled backwards, tripping over each other, their faces masks of pure, undiluted terror. They weren't looking at each other, they were looking at me. But why? I was just standing there. Was I so pale from my time below? So thin? I didn't understand. The terror they thought was for something monstrous, something unholy. Then, through the fleeing crowd, I saw it. In the back of the massive room was a dark, gleaming archway, and framed within it was the source of their fear. A figure, a shambling, wretched thing that defied all description. Its skin was a leprous gray, stretched tight over bones that seemed wrongly angled. Its clothes, which I now saw were the tattered remnants of my own, hung off its skeletal frame. Its face was a nightmare, a barren landscape of sunken pits for eyes, a lipless slit of a mouth, skin withered like ancient parchment. At first I felt a surge of pity for this creature. This thing was even more alone than I had ever been. But I also felt a righteous anger. This was the monster that had ruined my moment. This was the abomination that had stolen my dream. I moved towards it, pushing through the last of the terrified partygoers. It mimicked and mocked my every step, a grotesque puppet. As I got closer, I raised my hand, wanting to touch it, to confront it. It raised its hand to meet mine. And my fingers did not touch flesh. They touched cold, smooth glass. There was a mirror, a massive, polished mirror left over from when this ruin was a corporate lobby. And the sunken eyes, the desiccated skin, the shambling, unholy thing that had brought the party to a screaming halt. What's me? I don't remember screaming, but I remember the echo. Now I have found a new kind of freedom. I fled from the light, from the world of warm bodies and panicked screams. My place is not with them. My place is with the other nightmares, the other whispers in the dark. I haunt the abandoned places, the forgotten corners of the world. A true outsider forever. I finally saw my own face, and it set me free. Free to be the monster that everyone else seeks. That chill you felt isn't just the night air. Sometimes the most terrifying monster isn't the one chasing you. It's the one you find when you finally look in the mirror. If this story crawled under your skin, let us know by hitting that like button. It truly helps the channel find other listeners like you. And for more nightmares delivered here by the fire, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you for listening. Until the next time, stay safe. And try not to think about what's staring back at you from the dark.